Running emulators has never been easier. The old games are not as heavy load as they used to be, and computers and even mobile phones are getting stronger and stronger every day. But amongst these, there are certain devices that work better for emulation than others. Mobile phones are a great example for mobile ways to play them, but they don't work great. They don't have controls. They're not optimized. It's not perfect. What is, however, a semi-perfect option to these days, if you have the cash to fork it up, it's the Steam Deck. Yes, the Steam Deck, made to run full-fledged PC games from true SteamOS, is the perfect emulating system. Color me surprised. There's also an very easy way to set this whole thing up. Do keep in mind, through all of this, I want to remind you, emulation is a very, very gray area. I will not point you towards anywhere where there are ROMs to be had. I will only show you how to install the emulators themselves. The rest you'll have to look up for yourself. That being said, let's just pump into it. Just let me switch screen for a second here. So, alright, what we have here, press the menu, depending on what controller or device you have plugged in. I also have my controller plugged in here, so it showed the Xbox menu. Normally you have the Steam button. But what you do then is you go to your power settings, and you choose to go switch to desktop, so you get a Linux style desktop experience. So then we pop right here into the SteamOS desktop experience. You see Emulation installed already, just ignore that one. I'm going to pop over a browser here for a second. That works a bit better. Oh, control here for a second. Dragging is not a thing I'm used to on this thing. Alright, so blow it up a bit, and we Google, see it already there, Emu Deck. No, not SUDEC, no. Emu Deck. Emulators on Steam Deck and SteamOS. Installation guide is here already, but the only thing you actually need to do is go to download, press download the app, and that's basically it, because when you boot this one, I don't need it, but you just go, wait, no, not for that, you go back. That was my mistake, I did that the first time too. You close this one up, go all the way down here to Dolphin, it's your file manager, and then go to downloads. You have emu.desktop, and you just basically run this. You run this, you let it install completely, you have an easy setup and an I'm not sure what they called it again, a expanded or any other setup, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's for the professional users. You don't need that. Except when you want to pick and choose what emulator you install, you choose the easy setup and it installs every freaking emulator you can think of. And then, once that is installed and you have your ROMs, again, I'm not telling you where to get them, we can go to home with Emulate Emudeck, but you have Homebrew. We go to Emulation, ROMs, and you have an entire row to get used. An entire row of maps, folders, basically for every emulator you can possibly think of. Back to ROMs. Here we go. Any freaking emulator you can possibly think of, from the 3DO, Citrus, Surfami, SuperGrafx, Supervision, all the consoles you can think of have, well, a lot of them have a mapper. You have a PS4 emulator installed. I'm not sure how good that runs, but it does. Once you have done that, once you have put your ROMs in the right maps, in the right folders, just copy and paste. For most of these, just copy paste the ROM and you're done. A few exceptions also still need some BIOS files. I have not dove into that yet. I do not know how to do that. This is for the basic ones, your 3DS, your DS, NES, SNES, Nintendo 64, GameCube emulation works all perfectly fine straight out of the box. Let's close this one up. We don't need this either. Yes, discard. Also, you have put them in there. Normally, I would before there had actually been an update today. There were some icons on here that basically said, "Hey, why don't you run Steam utility, Steam ROMs, to basically import all the ROMs you have into Steam, so they pop up as an actual playable game in your normal gaming environment." It, like I said, updated. Now there's only one icon. When I press that, I have it on this side here. Just a sec. Come on, come on. Should have had a mouse on this one. Maximize it. I'm so struggling here. This is not perfect. Wait, I can do this with my touchpad. What am I doing? Alright, so basically you get a few options. Quick update, custom update. Check the tools and stuff section. Well, that's where we need to be. In the tools and stuff, what you have is the Steam ROMs Manager. That's what we need. You press that, then it exits Steam to launch the Steam ROM Manager. It cannot do it at the same time. That's a thing, but it happened because Steam is normally also running in the background here, like right there. But then it generates an app list, waits for the images to download. If we're happy with the image choices, hit Save App List and says completed. So yes. So Steam gets thrown off base. Then again, I have it right here. Wipe it over. Controller for that, I guess. Oh, the controller doesn't. Gonna have to do this the hard way, I guess. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna put it into back screen. There we go. What we need is to go to preview. Once we're in preview, right down here, you press generate app list. And you see the remaining providers at the top. It's gonna run through all of these. It's gonna grab images. You see some images from games up here. You see some emulator images. Keep in mind the emulators will also pop up on your Steam. You can hide them in Steam itself, but they also pop up for the first time. Well, but again, this is done. I say, if you want to check for sure, by the way, you can go to... no, wait. Event log. Right here, all available image URLs retrieved. There we go. Back to preview, and you say save app list. Done adding, removing entries. It's behind me. It's right there normally. You exit this, and then you go back to your gaming mode. And then I'm going to show you with my controller because that's easier. Once it's booted, of course. All right, we're back here. What I'm going to do? Going to the library, and then right in the back here you see non-Steam. Not all ROMs have their images downloaded. I know, it's a thing, but alright, fine. Whatever else you see, these are basically all the ROMs I have put. And do keep in mind, I have all these games myself, by the way. What I'm going to do, by the way, is... and hide this game because I don't want to see that. Hide this game. So, hiding emulators because I don't need the emulators themselves. I just need the games. And from here, you can boot up all your the games. Do keep in mind, Xenoblade here does not work yet for me because I still need to check the BIOS thing. But anyway, emulation. On a Steam Deck, I can play it on PC. I can stay and play it on the go with the controls. It has been running smooth as frick. Really impressed by this. Besides the already awesome library of games there is, this is a great option to expand your retro collection, let's say. Hope this video has been useful for you. See you next time. Bye.